What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about an article that I came across, and it was how Nike stock is in decline, right? And immediately when I saw this, I was like, it shouldn't be a surprise that Nike, their stock and their sales are going down, right? When because Nike is following the same program, like the NBA and anybody connected with the NBA. And I think the reason why their stock is down and slipping is because Nike is taking shortcuts, just like Adam Silver, just like LeBron James. And so it's only right that if Nike follow the same game plan that the NBA and LeBron James follow, that they're going to have a slippage too. When you look at the NBA, there's like attendance is down, ratings are down, and it's because the NBA has taken shortcuts since you had this guy come in, Adam Silver, right? And he started doing things differently than what's the other guy named David Stern. The NBA has slipped, like this with this player empowerment movement. I think that has hurt the NBA, right? And so the NBA is on decline. And then when you look at LeBron James, he comes in behind Mike and Kobe, right? And LeBron James is nothing like Mike and Kobe, right? So the fans don't have the same type of they don't have the same type of really love and passion for LeBron James that they did Mike and Kobe. And that's because Mike and Kobe were the kind of guys who they were dedicated to the game. Mike and Kobe never took shortcuts. They left everything on the court. But LeBron James is not like them. We like this player empowerment. You got guys flopping. You got guys who they do the load management and stuff like that. And they're not as dedicated and passionate about the game as as Mike and Kobe was, right? So you can't expect the fans to support this to the level that they supported Mike and Kobe when you're not getting the effort from your franchise ball player or the guy who's the face of the league. You're not getting the type of performance from him that you're used to getting from guys who were the faces of the league. And so that's why everything is slipping. You know, um, just think about like Michael Jordan hadn't played professional basketball in years, but his tennis shoes, his merch and his tennis shoes are some of the highest selling for Nike. Like Nike still makes a lot of money when it comes to Michael Jordan. But LeBron James, his merch and his tennis shoes, for what you expect for somebody to be the face of the league, it's just not like that. If you look up LeBron James, like the sales of his sneakers, he's not selling a whole lot of tennis shoes relative to like what you would think like what Mike did back in his day, or even like Kobe. He don't sell shoes like that. And the reason I think is because fans don't really have that connection to LeBron like they did. Like the league put LeBron James out there, and they're telling the fans that LeBron James is the GOAT, or allowing him to tell the fans that he's the GOAT. But you don't see that type of performance and that type of passion from LeBron James. Like you can look back and you can see Kobe had some games, man, where he just left it all out there on the court, and he had some big games where as though he hit some big shots and some like some excuse me, some moments that were some iconic moments, right? Some memories for the fans. LeBron James had a few of those, but not really a lot. It just seems like LeBron James, his iconic moments are more so manufactured, right? So the fans don't get that same type of joy and passion from watching LeBron that they did like Kobe, right? Because that passion for the game and that love for the game don't show through with LeBron James like it did guys in the past. And so Nike has attached themselves to LeBron James and Adam Silver when they're not doing things the way that David Stern did. And so as a result of that, like Nike stock is continued to go down. I ran across this article right here where it says Nike, let me see, Nike stock just plummeted more than 10%. And it goes into the reason why it's plummeted, right? Now, in this article, they don't mention like, the NBA and how the way that the NBA is run now maybe have an effect on Nike. But in my opinion, I think the NBA, how it's run, it plays a big part into it because you're partnering with a league that is now taking shortcuts. Like when they just don't do things the way that they used to do, and when you take shortcuts like that, and uh, you try to manufacture like that passion and that energy that came from watching guys in the past. It's just not working. It's obvious it's not working. And so the league now, LeBron James and Phil Knight, they have to go back to the drawing board, right? They got to find a way to get the fans and more interested in these guys, like the popularity of these superstars, not just LeBron James, but if you think about all the superstars in basketball today, they don't really they're not as popular as they used to be, you know. And it's because the NBA is not the same NBA as like what we're used to seeing. And so quite naturally, the sales are going to go down because the fans don't feel that connection to these players the way they don't feel the connection to the players the way they used to feel 'em. You know, kids wanted to be like Mike, and kids wanted to go out there and get the shoes, and the merchandise. Same thing with Kobe, Allen Iverson. Like when you think about back in the day, those Allen Iverson sneakers, like those, because of the work that Allen Iverson put in when he was playing basketball, like those sneakers that Allen Iverson had when he was with Reebok, those are still in demand. Like he can, people still buy those. As a matter of fact, I have two brand new pair that I haven't even, I don't even think I wore them yet. Well, I know I got three brand new pairs, right? Two I haven't worn, and I had these shoes for months. And one pair I do play basketball in from time to time, but the reason I bought those AIs is because, because of Allen Iverson and like the effort and the and the way he played basketball. And so Allen Iverson is not with Nike. Allen Iverson is with Reebok, right? But my point is, people, people buy these tennis shoes of these basketball players because they admire what they did on the court. They admire the way that these guys play. And so if you admire the way that they want to play and you want to emulate that, like fans want to emulate that, or fans want to have some type of connection to greatness, you know, then they're gonna buy the merchandise. But if you're getting a product out there on the court that it don't really play up to that or live up to that standard, then sales are going to be down. And if you go look up LeBron James's sales as far as his tennis shoes and any merch, like he can't touch Michael Jordan. And for somebody like Michael Jordan had been in the league, I think since for over like 20 something years, that shouldn't be the case. When you got a guy running around the NBA saying that, he's the GOAT and, and all this stuff, it just shouldn't be the case. And so when you take shortcuts like that, and Phil Knight is finding this out, when you take shortcuts and you align yourself with somebody else who takes shortcuts, it's going to definitely affect the bottom line as far as your sales. Like fans just not buying, they're not buying it. You do have a few diehard LeBron James fans, but it's not enough to like they used to say that Michael Jordan was transcendent, right? And Michael Jordan was the kind of athlete that even if you didn't like basketball or you wasn't really into basketball like that, he had the type of appeal because of the way he played the game that would, like, the novice basketball fan or people who really wasn't into the sport, they would gravitate towards Michael Jordan and they admired what he did and his effort, right? Because people can always appreciate effort and passion, and that goes for any great athlete. Like I said, it's the same thing with Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, and even in other sports like Tom Brady. Even if you don't like football, you know that Tom Brady and you like his passion and his love for the game comes across, and that's something that you don't have to be a football fan or a Tom Brady fan to identify with, right? And so people draw a connection to guys like that who love what they're doing and it shows out there on the court or either on the field. And with these today's athletes, you don't get that, and that's why I think like Nike stock is slipping. That's why the NBA, the ratings are down. And also I think it's why LeBron James don't get the approval that guys in the past got. He don't get that same type of approval and that they got because he don't put as much into the game as they did. And so that's why and that's my reason for doing this is because it all shows no matter what you try to tell, the media try to put out there and how loud you try to say that you're the GOAT and all this stuff, man. It all fans will let you know with their wallets if they appreciate what you're doing out there on the court. And they don't. And I think that Nike is until they correct this problem and align themselves with athletes who love the game, then they're gonna have this, they're gonna have this issue. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, man, y'all don't forget to leave a comment and I'll check you out in the next video. Peace.